Vince Gilligan's newest series, Pluribus, is a genre-bending Apple TV show that finds nearly all humans infected with happiness after an extraterrestrial event. Unlike his previous series, Breaking Bad, and its spin-off Better Call Saul, Pluribus is the TV auteur's first foray into sci-fi since his work on The X-Files almost 30 years ago. In the pilot, the team behind the series executed a Hive-Mind sequence that involved detailed choreography, group scenes, and an ambitious one-shot, also known as an owner, which was further elevated by Rhea Seehorn's heart-wrenching performance. The scene in question is in the moments after this mysterious virus infects everyone on Earth simultaneously, and Seehorn's Carol Circa finds her lover, Helen, played by Miriam Shore, in a tavern full of fully unresponsive people. She takes Helen to the emergency room, where the seizing people break free from the virus's trance, and they're not only happy, but connected through a shared hive-mind consciousness. Very sci-fi, right? Well, for the team to pull this off, a lot of thought and planning went into it. If you notice, it's exteriors, and it's nighttime all the time. So those are night shoots, and you have to shoot a lot of them to get all the coverage, says Seehorn. These shots were necessary to establish the crazy sci-fi world for the audience to understand. Gilligan worked closely with Seehorn to help her understand each moment of her arc in the sequence, to ensure there were nuances and moments for her to really play with while the cameras were rolling. While Seehorn had several demanding solo scenes in the pilot episode, it was really a collective effort to nail everything and deliver the final background. For all the background actors necessary for the Hive-Mind sequence and other big group scenes, the team revealed that they had open auditions for background actors and used hundreds throughout Season 1's big group scenes. Before each one of them, Seehorn would always give a speech to the actors to thank them for their work. She would also stress how crucial their involvement was to the show. Those guys were all doing night after night with me, take after take, in that tavern bar, in the ER, and it's difficult. It was taxing on them as well, says Seehorn, which is why she always thanked them and made sure they were having a great time on set. Fans will notice that Gilligan has gone from Breaking Bad to Breaking Good on this new series. I was getting weary of writing bad guys, so he was ready to write something a little different with Pluribus. He's always thought that the media has made villains way too sexy, citing his own characters of Walter White Heisenberg and Jimmy McGill Saul Goodman as anti-heroes that TV viewers love. But one thing that still remains in the new series that is a Gilligan staple is the exploration and reflection of moral sensibility. Rather than focusing his TV show on a particular character study, his idea became to reflect on humans in general as a species study. When it came to developing her character, Carol Circa, Seehorn did not try to address some of the themes of the show in her development. She notes that Gilligan doesn't normally write specifically in themes, and she doesn't approach her work as such. She lets the scripts and character work with Gilligan inform Carol over the course of the series. She tries to leave the questions that the story and Carol raise to the audience to answer. It's one of the most fun things about doing Vince's work is he assumes the intelligence of his audience to be ready to talk about it and discuss it and have multiple interpretations of it, says Seehorn. And that's exactly what Gilligan's approach to the pilot was in both writing it and directing it. For Seehorn, she was excited to get into Carol's head because she is the polar opposite of her previous Gilligan-created character, Kim on Better Call Saul. Both women are quite complex, but their end goals and paths are very different. Like in the first few episodes where Carol goes to Spain and tries to recruit allies for the revolution, Seehorn notes that Carol didn't want to be the leader necessarily, and that the complexity of who she is and her objectives was a challenge she wanted to get into. Where was the series filmed? As with any Gilligan show, Albuquerque, New Mexico, became the main setting of the show. The production team built the whole neighborhood from scratch and constructed real houses on the outskirts of the city. The team used brick, stone, and wood from the local areas, and in fact, built entire streets with asphalt roads. The team even added concrete sidewalks and accurate landscaping to really make the setting feel real. Internationally, the series is also filmed in the Canary Islands in Spain, thanks to the diverse landscape. The scenes filmed in a Norwegian ice hotel, and scenes that were supposedly set in Morocco also used the islands. Gilligan played with the idea of filming the series in his home state of Virginia, and even in Los Angeles, Miami, or Chicago, as backdrops to differentiate from his previous series. But he desired to work with his Albuquerque crew, with whom he had a great relationship, which was the ultimate deciding factor. When Gilligan was pitching Pluribus to the studios, with Sony Pictures Television helping him develop the series, a bidding war by multiple networks began. Of course, everyone wanted the Breaking Bad creator's next project, knowing that he always delivers on his promise and pitch. Apple TV managed to snag the show in September 2022 with an immediate two-season order. The first season's development was interrupted by the 2023 writers' strike, which pushed back the plans to shoot the series by several months. Eventually, the series began filming in February 2024 for 7 months in Albuquerque, New Mexico, under the working title Waikaro 339. Apple reportedly spent $15 million per episode, which is another reason why Gilligan went with the tech studio, allowing him to fully realize the vision of the series without compromising any details. Season 1 consists of 9 episodes, with the first 2 premiering on November 7th, and then weekly episode drops after that. Season 2 is already in the works. Tucked away at the end of the credits is an unusual disclaimer. This show was made by humans. Gilligan has been an advocate in the industry against AI usage in film. He has gone on record with multiple news outlets reflecting on his thoughts about AI, saying it's the world's most expensive plagiarism machine. I hate AI. AI is the world's most expensive and energy-intensive plagiarism machine, he says. And with some high-profile projects and smaller ones using AI in different aspects of the filmmaking and storytelling process, Gilligan made sure to note that his newest series did not use any AI at any stage. This simple sentence is a reminder that the best art is made by humans, and that even in the most advanced of worlds, emotion and empathy cannot be automated. One of the influences behind the series is The Twilight Zone, a series he says could not be made possible with AI in terms of ingenuity and creativity. So it makes sense why the man behind some of TV's best shows would want to include that sentence in the credits of every episode. As has become customary with big Hollywood releases, Apple developed some marketing stunts to promote the series ahead of its release. For instance, Apple released a phone number without any explanation in a teaser for the show that sees Carol being asked to call it. If fans were to call the number, you'd hear a voice on the other side saying, "Hi Carol, we're glad you called. We can't wait for you to join us. Dial 0 and we'll get to you via text message." And if you did dial 0, then you get a text asking you if you want to sign up for updates from Apple TV. A clever PR stunt for both the series and the network. Another marketing stunt was the release of a mid-story excerpt from Blood Song of Waikaro, the romance novel featured in the show's first episodes, written by Seehorn's character. The excerpt follows Lucasia, a heroine sailing aboard the Mercator while longing for her lost love, Raban. The network has done this before with Severance releasing in-universe media, but this is a smart way to get fans engaged well ahead of time and during the run of the show. The streaming giant also released weekly podcast episodes that go behind the scenes of each episode as they air. Check it out. It's called Pluribus, the official podcast, and is available wherever you stream your podcasts. Thanks for joining us behind the scenes. We hope you enjoyed getting a closer look at how the first season of Vince Gilligan's new Apple TV show Pluribus came to be. From filming the Hive-Mind sequence, to Gilligan and Seehorn's behind-the-scenes work, to marketing stunts, and even building the world of the show. If you like this kind of content, let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next for Collider Behind the Scenes.